My dear friends, welcome back to English session. Next, remaining rules and regulations of active and passive voice. We have seen very clearly and we have learned how to transform an active sentence into a passive sentence. We know very perfectly. The rules we know, we have learned, it is with us. When an active voice, why should we need a passive voice? There is a question. Sometimes in some sentences, the subject is unknown, subject is obvious, subject is unknown, subject is not necessary at all in some sentences. Such situations we depend passive sentences. So that is the significance of passive voice. Actually, you people may ask, why don't we use and talk or write everything with the active voice? It's enough. But the matter is, sometimes the agent, the speaker, the doer of the action, that is subject. Subject is unknown. Subject is not important at all in the sentence. Such cases, we can hide subject, we can remove subject. Then we depend on passive voice. That construction will give us a good structure as well as a very appearance of the sentence. The syntax of the sentence, the structure of the sentence will become looks very nice, very attractive and meaningful will be. For example, if we take it, people speak English all over the world. People speak English all over the world is the sentence. This same sentence, if I speak, English is spoken all over the world. English is spoken all over the world is equal to, it is equals to, people speak English all over the world. So here, actually very nice sentence to speak is, English is spoken all over the world. By people is not necessary because the human beings only will speak. It is already understood. In such cases, second sentence, what I said, English is spoken all over the world. Here, is spoken, I used, it is a passive construction. Passive construction. The subject is unknown. Subject is hidden, not necessary at all. You can see in some shops in front of some shops, some board or some captions hanging sometimes. What is simply we speak, SIM cards are sold here. SIM cards are sold here. Who is selling SIM card is not mentioned there. It is not necessary at all. Why? Because customers always they require only SIM cards. Customer they never like to know who is the seller of SIM cards. Their necessity is SIM card. That's why SIM cards are sold here, written. So in this way, many sentences, agents are unknown, agents are hidden, agents not necessary at all. Such cases, and some sentences with someone, somebody, nobody, anybody, none. These kinds of unknown agents. Unknown agents means unknown subjects. We need not mention in the passive voice. Generally, we mention in passive voice by the end of the sentence there is a by plus agent. By plus agent means by plus object is mentioned always. Then by plus object is not necessary at all if the subject is anyone, no one, none, anybody, nobody, everybody. These kinds of subjects are given in active form. We need not mention at the end everybody, nobody. For example, if I take it, somebody has stolen my pen. Somebody has stolen my pen is the sentence. This sentence, if I transform into passive construction, my pen has been stolen. My pen has been stolen by somebody is not necessary at all. We should not mention by somebody because we do not know, it is an unknown agent. An unknown person, the subject is unknown. When the subject is unknown, we should not use subject in the passive, object in the passive. Okay? Whenever, that is what I said. So, somebody, nobody, anybody, anyone, none, everybody. These kinds of subjects are hidden in the passive constructions. So these are the uses of constructing the passive sentences. Most of the people, they have the doubt, why should we use passive voice? For that only the answer. If the doer of the action is not known, if the doer of the action is unknown, or the subject is unnecessary, subject is hidden, such cases we need not use the subject becomes object in the passive voice. And overall, there is a structure. Total, everything together, one structure I gave you, that structure is B form plus V3. B form plus V3. What are the B forms? Is, are, am in present tense, was, were in past tense, be in future tense, and with all the modal auxiliary will be, would be, can be, could be, may be, might be, must be, ought to be, used to be. These are the B forms, and with all the modal auxiliaries directly use the be, be directly used. If it is a continuous tense means present continuous, past continuous, future continuous has no passive construction. If future continuous has no passive voice, passive construction not there. That's why no problem. So here, my dear learners, you have to understand it. Whenever there is a ing form, that is continuous tenses or progressive tenses, what you have studied. With the progressive tense, we must use being, being, being. For example, I am reading a book. I'm reading a book. Here, I is the doer of the actions, that is subject. Am reading is the verb. Am reading is the verb. A book is the object. A book is the object. This a book, I have to start the sentence. A book is singular, so is, a book is a present continuous, present progressive. So a book is being, because there is ing, being read by me. A book is being read by me is equals to I am reading a book. This is continuous, cases of continuous. So let me invite your attention towards only three simple letters analyze once. Three simple letters analyze. First, we take a simple present. Simple present. Simple present, AV and PV. Here, if I take AV, column AV, this is, and PV is given in another column. This is for PV, AV and PV. AV means active voice and PV is passive voice. Okay, right? Here, the first example, for example, simple present, if I take a simple present, active voice and passive voice, I'm going to give you first. Here, structure, let me write. The first simple present structure, subject will be and V1 plus object is the structure of active voice structure. This is what we studied in the tenses. In the tense, what we studied, that is active voice structure. This active voice structure can be converted into passive voice by the time structure has a slight difference. For example, it's equals to, this is equals to, subject becomes object. Again, the subject I write. This subject is the object. Object becomes the subject. Okay, subject plus is or am. Is or am plus V3 form of the verb. V3 plus object. Before we must use by plus object. By object is the structure. By object. There should be one by plus object. So this is equal. This is AV structure, that is PV structure. So first one is the AV structure. This is PV structure, passive voice structure. Okay. Now let me guide you towards a sentence. One sentence I will give you and show you how it is done. She cooks food. She cooks food. She cooks food is the sentence. Here, this is she is subject. Cooks is V1 and food is object. Subject, verb, object. When subject, verb, object, next step you have to see is what is the object in the sentence. The object becomes subject in the PV. Okay. This object is food. Food is used here first. Food is uncountable noun. Is food is cook with three. With three we have to use cook. Food is the subject. Is used here. Cook V3 is cooked. Cooked. Food is cooked by she becomes her. Her is the object form of she. Her is the object form of she. So she is the subject form. Well, then what about the object form of he? He object form is him. They object form is them. I object form is me. Okay, subject form and object form. Subject form, object form. That you should identify. Okay, this is the example. One example I gave you here. Very simple example. Uh, Let me ask you the next example. You can only do. If there is any negative in this, you can add the same not with the helping move. For example, I'll show you one simple question with a negative. He doesn't he doesn't call me. He doesn't call me. He doesn't call me. Here, object we have to find out. What is the object? Whom he doesn't call. To find the object, there are two techniques. One is you can ask the question what or whom with the subject and verb. With the subject and verb, if you ask a question that is what and whom, its answer will become the object. Whom he doesn't call. Answer is me. Me is the object. This me is used at the beginning of the sentence in PV. For example, me becomes here I. Me changes into subject form, that is I. I after is on is or am, which is correct. Am is correct. Am. Here it is negative. Negative means we must add not here. Not doesn't is here. Whenever doesn't comes, we must use the not there. I am not. Call V3 form. Call V3 form is called. Called. I am not called by him. By him. I am not called by him is the sentence. Okay. I am not called by him is PV construction. This is the passive voice construction. If it is a question, how to frame the question, you know. Same. In active voice, question is given. In passive also, we have to convert it as a question only. Question never changes into statement in PV. In AV, what is given, the same construction should follow in PV also. AV and PV, there is no difference. It is equivalent sentence. So, my dear friends, you should understand. Just let me guide you towards a question. Do you take medicine? Do you take medicine daily? If I use here daily, do you take medicine daily? Do you take medicine daily? This is the question. This is a yes or no question. This yes or no question in passive construction. Here, take is V1, you is the subject. You is the subject. What do you take? Medicine is the answer. So with medicine, we have to start the sentence. We cannot start the sentence with medicine because it is a question. In question, there should be yes or no question. In yes or no question, we must use a helping verb. Here, is, am, are the helping verbs. Which helping? Medicine, is it a singular or plural? Medicine, is it a singular or plural? Medicine is considered as a singular verb, singular noun. So we must use start the sentence. This is the singular one. Is singular one. Is is medicine, is medicine, is medicine. Take V3 is taken. Take V3 is taken. Is medicine taken by after? Who is the person taking the medicine? Is medicine taken by you every you daily? You daily. This is the question. Okay. Is medicine taken by you daily? Is medicine taken by you daily? In this form, we can transfer the sentence from active voice into passive and vice versa sometimes. From passive to active also you can convert if you know the rules, regulations, and grammatical structure of a sentence. You can convert from either sides. One is from the PV to AV and AV to PV, both possible. Okay, all right. If you want WH question, what just what do they? If I just change the sentence, what do they, what do they, what do they, oh, just let us take when is, when do they book, when do they book the ticket? When do they book the ticket? Is simple present tense, you should not forget it because here book, do book, take, call, these are all V1. V1 comes in simple present structure. This is the structure. This structure we should not forget. Here subject, V1 and object. This subject is or am plus V3 plus by object. These both are equivalents. They both are equivalents. Equally they are constructed. The construction is same. The meaning has no difference. Only thing is you people while speaking time automatically which one comes first and which one you feel easier that you adopt. Okay. When do they book the ticket is the question. Here when is a question word. In passive voice also it should be a question. So you can start the sentence with the same when. When is the same word as it is. What is the question word given? The same question word you have to use the. When after helping verb we must use. First, what is the object here? What is the object in this sentence? Object is the ticket is the object. The ticket is object. When ticket is a singular one, ticket is a singular one. So when is, singular means is. When is, when after helping verb after subject. That is the pattern of question. Pattern of question. What is the pattern of question in WH question? Question word after just next word is helping verb, next subject, next one is main verb and object question. So this is the pattern of a question. Word order in question. So here, when is the ticket is the object. When is the ticket? When is the ticket? Book V3 is booked. When is the ticket booked by them? By them. When is the ticket booked by them? When is the ticket booked by them is the passive voice, passive construction. So here we have done the four kinds of sentence, four kinds in the same structure, in the same, that is simple present tense, simple present, four types of sentences. Already I have given you previously what are the four types of simple present positive, affirmative, simple present negative, simple present yes or no question, and now WH question. So these all the four types of questions, negatives, statements, everything given. These all the four has again passive construction. Passive is nothing but it's a some sort of little bit higher developed language. little some more developed language. That language, if you use, your language is a standard language. Standard language, that is to just to get the improvement in our language, we use passive construction. That is also possible only if the sentence consists a object. Objectless sentence, that is intransitive verbs. It is called as intransitive verbs. Objectless verbs are called intransitive verbs. Intransitive verbs cannot be transformed into passive ways. It cannot be transformed into passive ways. For example, if I speak fire burns. Fire burns, if I speak, it has no passive ways, always active ways. Instead of that, he plays cricket, if I speak, object is the, what he plays means answer is the, that is cricket. So cricket is played by him, I can speak in another way. Cat drinks milk, if I speak, milk is drunk by the cat, I can say. Okay, the teacher teaches English. The teacher teaches English. What the teacher teaches? Answer is English. So with English, you can start the sentence again. That is, English is taught by the teacher. English is taught by the teacher. So in this way, two ways you can speak a sentence. A sentence can be spoken in two ways. A sentence can be spoken in two ways. One is active structure. Another is passive pattern of the sentence is either in active or passive. So this is about the simple present we spoke. Only about simple present. Let us go with the next simple. What is the next simple? It is simple past. Next simple is simple past. Let us see. This is simple present. Now simple past, let me write here. Simple past, active and passive. Simple past. So this one you understood. You have to do further exercise on these structures and these patterns. Okay, in our day-to-day life, while speaking or writing, you have to a lot of exercise should be done either in speaking or in writing sessions. Okay, well, first simple past active structure, you know, subject plus v2 plus object. This is the structure of active structure. What is the passive structure? Is subject plus was or were plus v3 is the final verb form, and by plus object is the structure of passive. So active structure is nothing but tense structure what you have studied. You have already studied in the tense of the structure. Subject v2 object is equals to subject was verb plus v3 plus by object. V3 is the common part of passive form. V3 is the common verb form of passive. Okay. Now here, let me give you one example. The remaining things you can do. She or he, I teach. Taught, T-A-U-G-H-T. I taught grammar. I taught grammar. I taught grammar is the sentence. So here you understood. First, you should identify subject, verb, object. What is the verb here? Is taught is a V2. Grammar, what I taught grammar. Grammar is the object. So let us start the sentence with the grammar. Grammar is a singular and was. Grammar was. Taught is the V3. Taught, T-A-U-G-H-T. Taught by me. Grammar was taught by me. Grammar is taught by me is a simple present. Grammar was taught by me is the simple past. Only is changes into was. According to the tense number of the subjects, we must use the helping verb in that particular tense. Okay. Another, if we same sentence we transform into negative, I did not. I did not is I didn't teach grammar. I didn't teach grammar is the negative sentence. Its passive form is grammar. Grammar. Grammar was not. Not is given. Was not taught by me. Just taught by me. If you want to make it as a question, yes or no question, what is the method? Did I teach? Did I teach grammar? Did I teach? Grammar is the sentence. Question mark. And in the passive form, we must start the sentence with was grammar. Was will be placed first. Was grammar taught? Was grammar taught by me? By me. This is a passive question. If it is a WH question, how did I teach? How did I teach grammar? I give here. How did I teach grammar? Here, how was grammar? How was grammar taught? How was grammar taught by me? How was grammar taught by me? So this is the way of expressions, way of transforming a sentence into the passive construction. The same sentence, for your better understanding, I have taken the same sentence. If I take different sentence, sometimes some of you will get confused. To avoid that, one sentence only I changed it. These all active affirmative, active negative, active question, yes or no question, and yes or and WH question in active words. Its passive forms also given here. From this, what did you understand? An active sentence with object has an active sentence with the object has two ways of expression, two ways we can convey, that is in active sentence and passive sentence. Passive construction is generally taken whenever there is an unknown subject. Whenever there is an unknown subject or subject is obvious, or sometimes if we want to hide, if we do not like to show or display the subject, that time we will use passive voice. Already first at the beginning of the class I gave you the examples too. Okay, these are the simple present subjects and objects. Subject and object you first remember, and next in past simple also subject, verb and object you remember. Verb form always in passive voice, that is V2 V3. Passive voice always there is no other verb form, that is only V3 is used. V1 is in simple present active. V3 is passive. In all the passive forms, we should use only V3 form. There is no other doubt at all about it. Remaining all the things as it is goes. Here in present tense, in the last class already I mentioned it, B forms. That B forms in present tense only 3 B forms are there. That is are, and am. Is, are, and am suitably must use. Suitably means according to the number of the subject. What is the number of the subject? That is singular number and plural number. If the subject is plural number, you must use plural verb, that is are. If it is singular, is. Whenever subject is I, am is used. Am. Okay. So here objects also, there are two objects sometimes. Two objects. One is direct object, another is indirect object. Whenever the question you ask what its answer is called direct object. I, for example, here I teach grammar. What I teach, or what did I teach? What did I teach? Here answer is grammar. That with the grammar you have to start the sentence in passive voice. Also, grammar was taught by me. So this is the way of expressing, two ways of expressing the sentences in English. So simple present structures you should remember, simple past structures you should remember. Now we got a double structure for each. Double structures, the syntax, the structure of the sentences are double. One is active structure, another is passive structure. In all these, you have to remember only one thing, that is verb form. You have to remember always. Verb form means what is here. V1, already I said V1 is the structure. V1 here is or am V3. We here simply you can say that V1 is equals to is or am plus V3. V1 is equals to is or am plus V3. If I say play, if I say, you can say that is played, are played, am played. Both are equal. If I speak tell, 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 then you can say that is told, is plus with it, are told, am told. They both are same. Is told, are told, am told is equals to tell, equals to tell. Any V1 you take, any V1, speak if you take is spoken, are spoken, am spoken, it's equal. So what is the main thing you have to remember is first part, either subject or object you have to identify. So, my dear friends, I hope that you all understood. You should try to cover all the things and practice in your speech. You can use either active or passive in structure in your speech. You always use this and practice, more practice required. So, let us wind up the class for today. And again, we will meet with a new topic.